For my question, I chose how to find the slope m of the tangent to the curve y equals 8 plus 5x squared minus 2x to the third at the point where x equals a. So basically, we're finding slope m in terms of a. And this is directly pulled from One Beside Section 2.7, question number 6. So the first thing that we're going to need to do or know is that we're going to use the limit formula as h approaches 0, the limit of h as it approaches 0 of f a plus h minus f of a all over h. So the first thing that we're going to do here in this problem is we're going to directly input our first formula into our first equation rather into our formula, and x is going to become a here, and then you'll see. So the first kind of big thing that we have going on here is the limit as h approaches 0. So with our formula inputted, it will be 8 plus 5 times a plus h squared minus 2 times a plus h cubed minus this second portion here, f of a. So we're going to group that together just so that we kind of keep all of that together. Oops, and it looks like I wrote x instead of a here. We'll just fix that. Minus 8 plus 5a squared minus 2a to the cubed. And that's all going to be over h. So instead of writing all of this out, I just kind of wrote, expand. So you're going to expand all of this here out. And then you're just going to combine like terms. So you're just basically doing some housework there and kind of cleaning up the equation into something that's a little bit more usable, and then we can kind of keep going forward with it. And so what that's going to end up looking like there is it's going to be 10 times AH plus 5h squared minus 6a squared times h minus 6a times h squared minus 2 times h cubed all over h again there. So now that we have everything expanded, combined, kind of cleaned up, you'll notice that every single term in the numerator has h. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and factor that out, and then we're going to end up with h times 10 times a plus 5 times h minus 6a squared minus 6a times h minus 2h squared, again, all over h. And since we're doing a limit here as h approaches 0, we can actually cancel out these two terms here, h and h, because it wouldn't necessarily be 0 over 0. It would be a number approaching 0. So we can go ahead and get rid of those two terms here, and then we'll actually kind of simplify things down here even further into the equation that we had here in our parentheses. But now, since we want to actually get all of this entirely in terms of a, we're going to actually go ahead and do a direct substitution. And so with that direct substitution, it will get rid of these terms here that all have h still included in that term. And so what that's going to do is it's going to boil it all down here into 10 times a minus 6a squared, and that's going to equal the slope of the tangent to the curve of our original equation that we had going on there. 8 plus 5x squared minus 2x cubed. And so this is basically, we can utilize this equation to find out the slope of any of the tangent curves along, or any of the tangent lines to the curve using any of the points along the curve itself.